In China, in the city of Zhuhai, Guangdong Province, the military technology exhibition Airshow China 2022 was held. It presented the latest achievements of the Chinese military industry in the air, on land, and at sea. The latest fighters, stealth drones, new types of weapons and equipment, unmanned ships, tanks, all-terrain vehicles, and robots. You are on the Airshow channel. Enjoy watching. The 14th China International Aviation Aerospace Exhibition brought together 740 local and foreign companies from 43 countries to exhibit both online and offline. More than 110 aircraft took part in live flight demonstrations and were exhibited in the 100,000 square kilometer indoor exhibition area. Chinese military experts told the press that the exhibition is recognized as intended to demonstrate the unity and completeness of the country's armed forces and military industry. In turn, foreign journalists are sure that the real purpose of the exhibition is not new contracts, but sending a message to the world. One of the most interesting innovations has been a drone that can reportedly travel at hypersonic speeds. This is a brand new wide-range MD-22 aircraft developed by the Case Mechanics Institute and the Guangdong Academy of Aerodynamic Research. It is considered a platform for testing hypersonic technologies in near space. This is a big leap for China, which is keen to master hypersonic technology as quickly as possible. Drone 10 by 4.5 meters, weighing 1 ton, can lift 3 tons of cargo into the air, including fuel, plus a 15% margin for maximum overload. The named speed of the apparatus is Mach 7, which is approximately equal to 8,500 kilometers per hour. The maximum range of the device is 8,000 kilometers. According to the information on the banner placed next to the drone, it will be used for a number of technical checks and scientific research along with non-contact space shuttles. The MD-22 can take off autonomously or with the help of a rocket launch. The undisputed star of the exhibition was the 5th-generation stealth fighter J-20, which has greater maneuverability, flight range, and stealth than the 4th-generation fighters of Japan, Taiwan, and, according to Chinese media, the United States. An interesting fact: Chinese experts, justifying in 2009 the cessation of production of the most combat-ready American 5th-generation fighter F-22 at Lockheed Martin, emphasized that China, according to their forecasts, would not have 5th-generation aircraft by 2020. China has also developed a version of the J-16 with an electronic attack known as the J-16D. The type debuted at the latest Zhuhai Air Show in 2021 and will be back at the show as early as 2022. An interesting fact: one of the experts in the field of the military aviation industry of China and the Air Force of the People's Liberation Army of China studied the building numbers of the aircraft presented at the exhibition and theoretically calculated their number. According to his version, China has at least 200 low observable J-20 fighters and over 240 multi-purpose J-16 strike aircraft in service. At the same time, a total of 4 production batches of J-20s and 11 batches of J-16s have been produced. The expert also noted that the detailed surface images show how advanced the Chinese aircraft industry has become in terms of manufacturing tolerances and quality control. It is also important to note that while previously Chinese fighter jets were equipped with Russian engines, this year's show featured the latest national development. The Chinese Aircraft Corporation showed the WS-10 engine with a 2-dimensional thrust vector control system. A big buzz was also generated by a large transport aircraft, the Tianhui-20, which is the largest military aircraft ever built in China. It entered service with China's army in 2016, but a new variant of this aircraft, the Yu-20 refueler, which can hold more than 100 tons of fuel and can transfer 50 tons to other aircraft with in-flight refueling, was on display for the first time, a new capability for the People's Liberation Army Air Force. The aircraft can perform in-flight refueling with several types of fighters, such as J-20, J-16, and 10C, greatly enhancing the People's Liberation Army Air Force's ability to conduct long-range maneuvers. The Yu-20 has 2 refueling stations on the outer wings and another in the tail section of the fuselage for hosing and refueling. The exhibition also featured many new anti-drone systems that have become more relevant than ever. Also on display were dozens of small, low-flying drones that could be used for surveillance or bombardment of troops, as well as a host of new wheeled and tracked ground vehicles equipped for combat and transport missions. Also on display was a robot dog, armed with a KAB-97 light machine gun that can fire 650 rounds per minute in the prone position to reduce recoil. Of course, this is not the first implementation of such an idea. At the Military Technology Exhibition in the United States back in 2021, they presented a Robops and his 6.5mm Creedmoor assault rifle, and a grenade launcher wielding Robops in Russia at Army 2022. Also recently, China showed off a machine gun-wielding robot dog that can be dropped with a standard drone. The vehicle was armed with a Chinese-made KAB-97 light machine gun, which can fire at a distance of 400 meters. Therefore, the appearance of a Chinese robot dog with an automatic weapon system at the exhibition was almost natural. By the way, do you think such a concept is viable in real combat conditions? Write your opinion in the comments. China North Industries Group Corporation Limited for the first time presented its solutions for the current combat system for the Army Combined Arms Brigade. The plan reflects the latest comprehensive development of mechanization, informatization, and intelligence systems for the People's Liberation Army of China, as well as the progress of combat coordination of manned or unmanned interaction, as well as air-to-ground interactions. Thus, the battle group of a new generation Army Brigade consists of equipment from a reconnaissance battalion, a tank battalion, a motorized infantry battalion, a drone battalion, an air defense battalion, a combat support battalion, a logistics battalion, and a brigade command post. The VT-4 main battle tank, which has an upgraded active protection system and the ability to interact with drones. Also on display are the SH-15 airborne gun mount, AR-3 missile launcher system, Skydragon anti-aircraft missile system, HE series smart munitions, and more. The Zhuhai Air Show also featured new air and ship-launched ballistic missiles that could threaten Taiwanese and US Navy ships. So the H-6A bomber arrived at the exhibition with 2 large missiles on its wing pylons. Although still unidentified, they strongly resemble the new second-generation short-range ballistic missiles that may have been developed by the Chinese Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation. The A-6K can carry up to 4 missiles with an estimated air launch range of more than 480 kilometers and the ability to develop low hypersonic speeds. They will pose a greater threat than the currently used 250-mile supersonic K-12 anti-ship cruise missiles. At sea, China's state-owned shipbuilding corporation has unveiled a wide range of warships available for export, from the 60-meter missile boat called the Swordfish, to the 1,000 and 2,000-ton class corvettes, and then the 4,000-ton class frigate, and finally the 6,000-ton destroyer. Another relatively new local favorite is the Z-20 Divine Eagle attack helicopter, which entered service in 2019, produced by the Harbin Aircraft Industry Group. Also in the top cool drones of the exhibition were the latest version of the Winglong 1E drone, which first flew in January 2022. It has a greater carrying capacity than previous models. An FH-97, a drone that looks like a modern fighter aircraft developed by the Chinese Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation. It is a loyal wingman drone that accompanies manned aircraft and provides reconnaissance and fire support. The unmanned surface vehicle Sea Thunderbolt was also introduced for use at sea. It has a length of 22 meters and can be controlled by a person or move completely autonomously. Another contender to be the star of the show was a full-size model of a Chinese manned space station from the China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation. It included the main residential and 2 additional scientific modules in a T-shaped layout. Visitors were allowed to enter the space station, where they could watch Chinese astronauts munching on noodles, beef, and rice grains. The State China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation, which is the country's largest manufacturer of missiles and air defense equipment, presented the ZR-1500 early warning system at the exhibition. It is capable of detecting both aircraft and drones, and as a weapon includes active, short-range anti-missile defense HQ-17M missiles. In 2022, a Chinese aerobatic team of 6 fighters performed at the Airshow. The latest model of the Winglong series drone was presented for the first time at the Static Exposition of the State Corporation of the Aircraft Industry of China. The Winglong 3 is a very large 6-ton turboprop unmanned aerial vehicle with a 40-hour power reserve to blockade or attack targets. The developers hinted that soon this model may be able to carry a nuclear warhead, which greatly impressed the world. The exhibition featured the SLC-18 Space Target Surveillance Radar from China Electronics Technologic Group Corporated, which attracted attention with its 10-meter height. It can closely monitor reconnaissance satellites in low orbits. And what achievement of the Chinese military industry impressed you the most? Write in the comments. The Airshow team was with you. See you soon.